All right, so today is the second day for Taste of Syracuse, and we're gonna go down there. Some of you know already that I had posted a kind of like behind the scenes of the festival. I did that yesterday, and today I just want to go down here, check things out, and we're going to see what's going on. We're going to have a little bit of fun, but just before that, I have to go to work and do some chores because I'm the one today that's on call. Oh, by the way, just before we go any further, I want to say what's up to my big dog, Enrique. I just want you to know, man, you're a good boss, and you are appreciated. And with that being said, let's go. We're just a few blocks away, and we're gonna get the start of the morning behind the scenes look, if you will, of the Taste of Syracuse. Oh, also, if I didn't say it already, this year for the Taste of Syracuse 2026, today is June 7th, by the way, they will not be hosting from this year forward. I'm not sure if it's a permanent thing or it's just going to be until the construction that we have going on around here. In a lot of my videos, you'll see the construction zones, the people that are working for the state. What they're doing actually is prepping our city and getting rid of our highway system and going to make it more localized, if you will. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but let's go check it out, get a little before it starts, and all right, this is before the festivities get started for June 7th, 2026. This is our second day of TOS. Right there are the control boards for your main stage. Try to jump down here real quick. There we go. Sorry about the shake. This is sponsored by the Summit Credit Federal Union for the last appearance of Taste of Syracuse here in Syracuse. After this, it will be hosted at the New York State Fair. This guy's pretty vocal. Well, you sound like a cat. Really? You know rice is bad for you to eat? Don't do it. Don't do it. Let's go follow you for a second. Alright, you don't want to talk? No interview? Okay. This is the official food row. You may be able to get $2 samples in this row. You'll have to come down and find out. Yeah, you got a lot to say now, bud. Don't eat the rice. Not good for you. But you ain't gonna listen? All right. You're committing suicide, buddy. Look at you. Alright, so I'm down here getting some good shots and good clips for the Taste of Syracuse. And the other day I noticed that when I said the filming location for the binge, I thought they had made it into like a dry waterfall, right? A dry water bed fall. And now that it's officially up and going, I'm going to show you guys what they did, and I think it's a spectacular job. So let's come over here, take a gander, and compliment it by capturing it in video. Alright, so this is the waterfall. If you go through my channel and go through some of my videos about this general area, you'll notice that the waterfall remains in the same spot, but there are a few different things that stick out. It is no longer a trellis style waterfall. It is more now like a straight waterfall. You have all these beautiful plants here. And if you look right over here, you see a river that runs through it. Goes all the way down here, comes over, and there's another one, another waterfall. And then over here, I believe this one was here. They kept this one here, but over there where you see the top waterfall, there was another ledge that would come out and then fill up the pool and then spill over, from what I remember. And of course, we're right across the street from Wild Wills, and in the movie The Binge, it's known as Wild Wills. If you go check out my binge filming locations, I am actually able to record there. At nighttime, this is going to be really pretty. Alright, let's head to work. It looks like it's getting ready to rain out, so gotta go get my chores done. Alright, so while I'm down here doing a little bit of the Taste of Syracuse festival. Alright, so now that I'm done with my chores at work, I'm gonna head down to the Taste of Syracuse, and as you can see, per the rain jacket I am wearing, it is raining out here. And that usually doesn't stop any of the Central New Yorkers. We always push forth and make do, regardless of the weather. Take a look at my St. Patrick's Day parade video. Very cold that day. Now that's refreshing. Now we can get started. All right, here we are, downtown Syracuse, New York. We are up by the Landmark Theater. So, just in case some of you guys don't know, Syracuse has its own Walk of Stars right here in Syracuse. And the street that we're on right now is Salina Street, where the public library, Addison, I almost said Addison Days. The Addis Company building is still here. They are no longer in business, I'm pretty sure. And then the Days building was just a couple blocks down, but I'm pretty sure that company is actually dissolved. But today being the second day of our food festival, nobody is really out here right now on this end. I'm sure yesterday there was a large amount of people out here, probably thousands of people out here. So right up here we have the Red House. Right across the street there is the Galleries of Syracuse. Where we're going is going to be down just about another 3 to 4 blocks, and it's the center point for a lot of things that we do here. Like, okay, the summer has started. The Taste of Syracuse is usually the first festival that we have, and then there's several other festivals that we have that I just really can't think of off the top of my head. But if I do get an opportunity, it's something that I want to do, I may come down and make a video. So, like the Polish festival, if you like pierogies, good. You take a little sazon, a little adobo, right? And then you put it in a frying pan, preferably a cast iron frying pan if you have it. A little bit of butter, and slowly fry them. You should never, never boil a pierogi. My aunt, who is Polish, once told me that they never even done that in their life. And like I said, she's Polish. My stepfather was Polish, rest his soul. He's been passed away for about 3 years now. We just celebrated his 3rd year death anniversary. I may get into that just a little bit later in another video. But today we're going to have fun here. We're going to go down and see how many people right now are enjoying the Taste of Syracuse. Right here is Jefferson and Salina. This is, so from Warren Street all the way to West Onondaga, from Jefferson, Fayette, and Erie Boulevard. Put that into like a 2-mile box, right? That box is known as a movie hub. If you look up how many people or how many movies were done here in Syracuse, there's like 12 or 14 just in the last 10 years, I think. All right, let's get down to the center of attraction. All right, so I just ran into my cousin's wife. I think her name is Jackie, Julie, something like that. But anyhow, we're actually down into what we call the spot. And right now we're coming up to a miniature tent city. And one of our first things we come up to here is, I'm not exactly sure, a storage tent maybe? And then right here we have something new this year. This is Pat, the painter. Then we have some other new guys down here for the year. Unoriginal New York. This is a skate shop for skaters. How's it going, guy? Making a YouTube video. Want to say hi? No? He said he's watching the tent. All right. Yeah, over here it smells pretty good. You got Just Dipped. You got the food. If you guys could be here right now and smell that, oh my God. Just as a tip that I want to give people, if you plan on coming here, I know it sounds kind of weird, but you should eat a meal before you come here. Why should you eat a meal? Because when you're here, right, if you go to every $2 sample place, everything is probably going to taste good or taste like crap. So if you come here on a full belly, walk around, enjoy the festivities, and as you're getting hungry, when time goes on, you can make better decisions and actually make a decent choice on some of the food that you like. But here, I'm going to do a 360 rotation here for all the trucks. Some of them are not trucks, they are actual trailers. You got security guard on stand. And over there is the Jamaican Cuse. I've highlighted that one already. And here's L's Done Well Kitchen and Cantina, or catering. I think this guy moved a little bit though. When you come right out here, you're coming out to the main stage. I'm not sure if the artist has showed up yet, or who the artist is actually. But at the moment, it looks like nobody is there. Everything is set up, but nobody's there playing. Alright, here's the hustle and bustle of this festival is actually picking up. Getting riggy with it. $2 samples right there. It's a Utica thing. This is what you got to do. Come here and grab that. Even if you come on a full belly, it's a Utica thing. Best riggies ever. Alright. I said what I said. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And down here is just a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. Now everybody's up in motion over here. The Witch's Brew is not really on and popping, but it's on, just not popping. Here we got the chocolate moonshine. Handcrafted and feel legally good. Get a close-up on this. This is pretty cool, right? I didn't get this in my first video or the live video. This is the third video if you're looking to go in order. And here's some of what they have. Hey, look at that. There's a $2 shot. There we go. This is the DOT. This could be good and bad, so maybe you should stop there or you probably shouldn't. However you're feeling about it currently. Right here we are. This is Dinosaur Barbecue right here. This is actually just down the street here. One of these days I might actually do a video on that, but I don't eat on camera, so I probably won't ever do that. But Limp Lizard and Dinosaur Barbecue are each other's biggest competitor here in Syracuse. And 9 times out of 10, I definitely would take, depending on the day, I could take one over the other, but they are both excellent, so it's really kind of a hard choice to make. And then we got Carvel Duet over here. And then you got the World of Hard Cider Wine by the glass. Got the Sweet Basil Thai House. Hello. We got Peppino's Northside's best pizza. If you're anywhere on the north side and you live there, giving you a shout out. Best pizza on the north side. Thank you. And then we have a $3 apple pie a la mode. It's kind of missing the cheese. I think the apple pie a la mode, doesn't that come with cheese? See, everything's getting going. Yeah, let's walk over here. And as always, I still have never done any formal information background stuff for the Jerry rescue, but it's a nice clip to put in my video. Alright, so we were here earlier this morning. None of this was here, so partly the reason for our late start is obviously the rain. Everything's wet. You have your seating benches, all that's wet. They're using squeegees, squeegeeing like heck over here. I just slipped right there. Even the stage is getting wiped off. Here's your bear stand, right? So there's 3 of them down here total. Here's Limp Lizard right here. Dinosaur Barbecue and Limp Lizard pretty much does similar food, not the same food, but similar. The recipe is what changes the whole idea of like either taste better or don't, and how much you love you actually put into your food. Think about that. And here's the crispy stand. We saw them over there as a truck, a food truck. Maybe they're doing both. And this is where it's actually being held right here too, just for those who want some history. This is your backup band. I mean, they're no 13 curves, but they're pretty good. If it's the same band from last year, they were pretty good. I like them. I think I actually got a copyright from what they were doing. That might have been maybe 3 Taste of Syracuse ago. Everything just seems to run together when you're getting old, you know? And Can't Eat Drugs is funding the seating area. Look how much water we got here just since this morning, and I was literally down here 3.5 hours ago maybe. There's now half an inch of standing water at its deepest point. Here's another thing that I like to add. Right here on this podium is where they filmed a movie with Emma Roberts called Adult World. And that other pillar that's down there, right there, that's where I met the lady with the mask, and she allowed me to interview her, and I think I gave her like $4 or $5. That's all she ever asked. So if you ever see the lady in the mask around here, walk up, say hi to her. She's pretty friendly, actually. A lot of it of what she does is for social media, sort of like what I'm doing here. It's sort of like not what these guys are doing there. Here's Jiwoo, Korean Seoul food. You got K-Rock slushy trailer. You got your CO2 tanks, carbonized tanks, all that. You want to play the big boy version of Connect 4. There you go, right there. That's pretty sweet. And if you need to recharge your phone, right, this is actually new. This whole area is actually new. We're going to stop in here for a minute. So right here is your recharging station. They have C chargers and iPhone chargers, Android chargers. And then right here they have a big Connect 4. We have Fireball whiskey, cornhole, and then right here you have humanized checkers. This is really cool. So over here, this is CW6, right? And then we have Peter Hall, right? You have Samantha Groston, Matt Mulcahy, Megan Coleman, Peter Hall, Lisa Spitz, Caitlin Pearson, Shannon Postage. And over here you still have Peter Hall with Matt Mulcahy and Samantha Grosson on the CW6, which is a whole separate network, but within that industry's realm. See, here's the Lucky 7 truck. And if you want your pizza dough, this is where you go get it, and tell them to load it with loads and loads of sugar, like cinnamon and sugar. The cinnamon sugar ones are good. We're gonna walk around here. Everybody seems to be taking a break right there. I mean, no doubt, it is pretty hot right now. Most of this video is done in pretty much a couple of shots. It makes it easier for the editing later because I want to keep up to date with you guys as far as every single day coming down here. And it actually works out because I have to be on chore duty this week at work. It's on call, but it's chores that get passed around week to week from guy to guy. So